So then we landed on this wrap up. This is the summary of the dualities. So for the overlap add case, we had that the window had to be constant overlap add at hop size R, and that corresponded by the Poisson summation formula to the window transform being Nyquist of 2 pi over R. And this can be seen very intuitively because when you overlap add at a hop size of R, you create a periodic signal, right? That overlap window stream is periodic at R samples, right? In any periodic function. So the sum of overlapping windows is some periodic function with period R, but we want that to be DC. But whatever it is, its energy is going to be at the harmonics of 2 pi over R, right? Because it's a periodic signal. So it only can have a harmonic spectrum. So this frequency domain condition is simply saying zero the harmonics, you know, the frame rate and all of its harmonics, but don't zero the DC term, because the DC term is the one you want. So it's just a situation where the repetition of our windows means that this frame rate distortion has to be a harmonic signal, and we can very efficiently get rid of it by just nulling those harmonics. And then in the filter bank case, we derived the same thing, but interchanging time and frequency. So what we derived was that the window is Nyquist of n for perfect reconstruction. To avoid this time aliasing, you had to have this Nyquist property in the time domain. And then just by the dual of the Poisson summation formula, that means that the window transform is constant overlap add on spacings that are multiple of 2 pi over n, 2 pi over capital N. So that's intuitive as well. You know, if you take the same window transform and copy paste it regularly out over all of the bend frequencies in the frequency domain, you're going to create a periodic signal in the frequency domain. It's going to be some periodic spectrum, which is the overlap add around the unit circle of the window transform at all the multiples of 2 pi over n, integer multiples. And so the inverse transform of that, whatever it is going to be concentrated at the harmonics of capital N, so to speak. That's a very loose way of saying that the period 2 pi over n only can have energy at multiples of n. And so if you zero all of those, with this Nyquist property, it has to go away. So it's just the Fourier dual. So this is a very nice handle on short time Fourier transform systems for making sure your windows overlap add, making sure your window transforms overlap add nicely to a constant, so you've got an ideal equalizer when you're doing equalizer. So that when you make stuff, you know that you're not introducing artifacts associated with the STFT under the hood. All right, so